Bob Volkrod's Hunting Adventures is brought to you commercial-free by these fine sponsors: Gore-Tex, Winchester Ammunition, Kinatrek, Kufaroo, and LJ Blessings Ranch.
We're hunting on the western coast of Alaska, a little village called Uticleek, and we wasn't off the airplane, about 5 minutes going back to Vance's home. And as you drove through, there was boats all over. There was little boats, big boats, giant boats, and it didn't take very long to figure it out. This was a fishing village.
You'll find in most of northwestern Alaska here, and Alaska probably in general, that when people came here, you had to have good drinking water, and being along the coast, that would mean you usually set your village up, or the villages were formed wherever there's a river. Well, that river also was a food source because of all the salmon that come in. It allows them to have plenty of food, and the river not only provides the fresh water, then there's a food source, and almost all the villages are along or near a stream.
Like his prey, the hunter is dependent on the weather. For 4 days, Bob Volkrod has been waiting for the famous Bering Strait sea ice to break up, using that time to explore the people and culture of Unalakleet. Today, he finally hears the news he has been waiting for.
Well, we're on our way here. Gonna get a start on this hunt.
Yeah. Where have we been? 4 days? 5 days?
At least four waiting.
Yeah. Well, I'll get the anchor. Well, being on the ocean, I was like a fish out of the water. I mean, I know weather can change, and if it changes in the mountains, I can always crawl under a tree someplace and get dry, or if I'm on horses, we can ride back to the tent, and there's a lot of things that can happen. But on the ocean, well, I tell you what, you need a guide that knows it, and at the same time, you better respect it.
I moved to Alaska in 1977, actually July of '77. And I signed a teaching contract here in Unalakleet. I taught for 1 year, and then I got into commercial fishing and guiding, and I've been in the guiding and fishing ever since.
For the hunter, the first sighting of the species he has targeted is an exciting moment, especially after all the waiting Bob Volkrod has had to endure. He and Vance haven't traveled far before Bob knows he has come to the right place.
Well, this is what it's about.
That was beautiful.
What I think that was a pretty nice female, because if you noticed, it really appeared wide and short.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think we had us a beautiful female there, but we'll keep looking. We find that a little bit, another 6 inches to a foot on that bear, and we'd have been done.
Farther down the coast, Bob and Vance come across one of the most rare and dangerous sights in nature, a mother grizzly with her cubs, and she provides ample evidence of this animal's awesome power.
Boy, that first mother and cub that we saw, way up on top of the hill, they seen, and we came in and they heard that boat hit the shore a little bit. So they started out. Their mother was taking them to safety, which was, up in the alders. and she couldn't get there. You know, the rocks were rolling down off the cliff, and you know, she's kind of looking, and she had to come back down off, and she was a big female, you know, and the cubs was pretty decent size too. She would have bumped them out. She would have bred this year. Oh man, look at that.
Its cubs are in its second year. It'll probably kick them out this fall.
Yeah.
She sure is a majestic looking bear though, isn't it?
Oh, if that was a big male, man, if we could get to shore, we'd be shooting that one.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful bear.
Just gorgeous. These bears are more like sheep around here though, the way they go on these cliffs.
Oh, I mean, just the sheer power of that bear going up over that cliff is unreal. She knows there's something. Look at him, go after her. Isn't that something? Look at him.
That's
Oh.
straight up.
That's all. That's. I'll tell you what. You just don't see that every day. Look at that.
That's
Look
really
at,
beautiful.
Look at, she's standing straight up.
That's straight up. It
Straight
is.
up right there. She was almost right straight up.
It's unbelievable what they can do. I have seen them climb steeper stuff than this. I've actually.
That is nothing but sheer power right there.
That's a good solid 7.5 foot female. Really, really, really something.
Well, it just shows you what conservation has done for the grizzly bears to bring them back like that to where you can hunt them every year. It's because people let bears like that go, you know?
That's exactly right.
We don't have to shoot females.
Nope.
All you got to do is just cherish the moment right there.
Yeah. It don't get much better than that.
It doesn't get much better than that right there. That's Mother Nature at its best.
It sure is.